this is Jen from Newton's Nook Designs, and today I want to talk to you about something really cool that's in our Halloween paper pads. Now, you probably know that we have introduced Halloween Woofs and Halloween Meows in our latest Halloween release, and each of these pads, you may not realize, has patterns in them that coordinate with stamp sets we have. For example, we have a stamp set called Dress Up Doxies, and in this pad there is a pattern, a green pattern right there, that has a lot of the same images in it that our Dress Up Doxies stamp set does. So what I did is created a fun, simple card layout that combines the Doxie stamp with the Doxie paper. So here we've got the dog dressed as a taco, and there he is in the paper. And here we've got the dog dressed as a hot dog, and there it is in the paper. And you can see how fun that is when you combine those things together. And then I simply, on the bottom, put a different pattern just to mix things up. Now there are several other sets in here that have coordinating stamps. This one is from the Happy Halloween stamp set. You can see that's actually the sentiment I used on this one. Don't think there's ghosts, and I think it was just those two in this one. But then if we move to the cats, we have a couple ones in there that coordinate with stamp sets as well. Right here I'm featuring kitties dressed in costumes from Newton's Costume Party. And that paper really showcases, that's one of the first one in the book. It showcases a bunch of the images that are also in the Newton's Costume Party stamp set. So it's really fun to mix and match together. Again, here I use the kitty wearing the pumpkin head costume and the bee, and then the stamp sets that use the same images. So super fun way to mix and match your products. And on this one, I used the kitty dressed as a shark and the kitty dressed as a ghost. And those are also up in the paper. So you can see how it's super fun when the products go together. In this pad, we also have Witchy Newton. That's a stamp set you can purchase. This one, I believe, is one of the images from Newton's Bootiful Night. It might be slightly different with the crow, but it's very similar. This one is from Trick or Treat Kittens. Count Newton. Here we've got Batty Newton and Newton's Bootiful Night mixed together on this one, and those are two different stamp sets you could coordinate it with. Franken Newton, our newest costumed Newton stamp set. So you can see how much fun it would be to have these stamp sets and coordinate them with cards where the paper matches the image of the stamp. So I'm going to show you today how to create a card using the Franken Newton stamp set. Before I made this video, I did a test one, and on this one I used the Franken Newton masculine kitty and the one dressed as Frankenstein's bride, along with the paper, since that includes both of them, and the sentiment made for each other. So I will show you how that works and how to color a Frankenstein kitty in my video today. And we'll make a card similar to this one, but we're going to use the single Frankenstein instead of the duo of, just to make it a little different. So here's the stamp set. These are the two I used in the first card. So I'm going to use this one today. The Frankenstein kind of running silly to the side with the sentiment, frankly, you're the best. But we'll use this same card layout. Okay, so we're going to stamp the image of the Frankenstein kitty. And I'm going to use alcohol-friendly ink today, so it will work with my Copic marker coloring. So if you want to watercolor him, make sure you use an ink that works good for watercoloring. If you're going to do Copics, make sure you use an ink such as Memento ink that I'm using here that will work good for Copic coloring. And if you want to use a stamp press or Misty or something like that, if that's more comfortable for you, that will work great too. But I'm stamping mine just with a clear block today, and I had pretty good success stamping him right there with one try. And then I'm going to color this kitty green for Frankenstein, which is kind of fun because usually I color kitties orange or brown or gray neutral colors, so it's kind of fun to color a green kitty. And I'm going to speed up the video through here while I color, but I will make sure I put out the colors I'm using so you can see exactly how I'm coloring him. There is that cute little Frankenstein kitty all colored. Doesn't he look fun and green? Now you can see I kept it pretty simple, not doing a ton of blending. You could definitely do more if you really like to blend, but I think just keeping it simple with just a few tones was perfect for what we're doing today. Now I'm going to find the coordinating die set and cut out my Frankenstein kitty with the die set, like so. I'll just tape down the die, cut him out, and then I'm also going to use our circle frames die set to cut out the two circles, one from white and one from green. So I'm going to use the scalloped green scallop circle on the green and the small stitched circle on the white. So I will get all that trimmed out and then we'll be ready to assemble our card. So we've got our green scallop circle, our white stitched edge, and our Frankenstein. Okay. Then next we also do need to stamp the sentiment. So I'm going to use the Frankly You're the Best from the Frank and Newton stamp set again. And for this one I'm going to use a VersaFine black ink, which I find works really good for sentiments. And I'm going to maybe stamp it a little to the right side because I want it to be kind of to the right of him. So we're going to kind of stamp it to the right side of the circle. All right, now we have to just assemble everything. Oh, I forgot. We also need to cut out the edge with the postage edge on it. And for that, I'm using our framework die set, which has a bunch of different dies in different frame sizes. And the largest one is just sized to fit right inside the edge of a A2 size card. So I will cut that out, and then we will be ready to assemble everything. Now we have all of our pieces and we're ready to assemble our card. So I did also cut that Frankenstein paper that matches our funny Frankenstein kitty stamp from the Halloween Meows paper pad. And this piece is 3.5 inches wide by 3 inches tall. And then I also have, for the bottom, I think I'm going to use the spider side, or maybe the spider webs. And this one is 3.5 inches wide again, but only 1.5 inches tall. And that's the same size I used on all these other cards as well. So all of these dimensions are the same for each card. I think the spider web. So it's fun to get you all the options when you have this two-sided paper. So I'm adding some adhesive to the back of that. And I'm going to line that up. The 3.5 inches will fit just inside the stitching, that width, of both of the framework or our frames and flags outer stitching. The frames and flags set has a similar size, but it's a scalloped edge instead of a postage edge. Okay, and then we will add these two together. So once you have a layout created, it's actually quite quick to make a bunch of cards using the same layout. Sometimes just coming out with the layout is the hardest part. And with these pattern papers, it makes the actual assembly of the card quite fast. Now we will add this to the white card base. And I'm going to add, kind of place where I want it first, so I know where to put it. That was a little bit off to the side there, like so. And then for him, I'm going to add a little bit of dimensional adhesive to give him a little pop off of the card. I have this giant roll of 3M tape that I'll just cut a little piece off. It's a little too big actually. Put that on him, so it gives him just a little bit of dimension. This tape isn't super tall, so it's usually still okay for mailing. And that is the final card. So that was a fun way to combine our papers and stamp sets together, and especially finding ones that coordinate. So look through your books. A lot of times our paper pads do have designs that match stamp sets that we have. I like to do that because it just gives you more versatility on how you can use our products together. So there you have the two Frankenstein cards with the Frankenstein background. And again, I'll show you the other ones I had created using the same measurements, the same layout, just different colors and different papers, is the two kitties. Using the Newton's Costume Party with the stamp Newton's Costume Party and the paper from Halloween Meows. And the two puppy cards use the Dress Up Doxy stamp set with the paper from Halloween Wolves. So you can see how quick and easy it is to create a bunch of cards that coordinate with things you may already have in your collection. And if you don't have them, they're all still available on our website. And make sure you grab our brand new Franken Newton stamp set, as that's our greatest costume for this year. Newton is dressed as Frankenstein. So I hope you enjoyed that, and it gives you some ideas on how you can combine your papers and stamps together to create some really fun cards. This is based on our Halloween sets, but we do have other paper pads that have coordinating images as well. So take a look at those and see what you can discover and what you can create. So that is the cards that we made today, and I hope you enjoyed the inspiration and take a closer look now at our paper pads and the stamps you might have in your collection or ones that might be featured on our website, and try to mix and match our products together. I hope that you have a lot of fun doing that. I know I've had a lot of fun with it, and it just makes it quick and easy to create cards when all the products go together like that. So I hope you enjoyed that, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We're trying to add more YouTube videos, so you want to hit that little bell so you can be notified whenever we have new content on our channel. Thank you so much for everything, and don't forget to grab our Franken Newton stamp set over in our shop, newtonsnookdesigns.com. Have a great day.